Hey Mary, I have to back up a little bit. So before you iron on your first piece of fabric, I forgot one step. What you want to do after you have your pattern drawn, you want to take out your thread, take out your bobbin, and you want to sew on all of these sew lines with just a needle. That's all you're going to do. And the only reason why you're doing that, it just makes it easier to fold. Somebody told me that the new Berninas don't allow you to sew without thread. So I guess there's something like a wheel, a pattern wheel that also perforates it. So you could use that as well.
Okay.
And if you don't do that step, it's also not the end of the world. It's just helping you fold the paper. So, okay, now let's go back.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so now you're going to get that pink. It's spot number 1. You got to start at number 1. Iron it down. Remember, because the other side is sticky, it's going to stay. And the next one you're going to do is grab the green. That's number 2. Right sides together. Just like that. But you're going to, at this point, if you were regular paper piecing, you would sew through that line with the paper. But at the end, you got to rip it all out. We're not going to do that. So you're going to fold the paper back on that perforated line. And we're going to sew right next to the edge there. And I'm just going to do a couple, and then we'll take a break, and I'll come back with the next video. But what you're going to do, I have a little line on my foot here. You're just going to sew. And you don't have to shorten your stitch because we're not sewing through paper. And just make sure you sew all the way through that 1/4 inch. Don't stop at the end of the paper. Stop at the end of the fabric, which should be a 1/4 inch past. And take it off. Okay, now you're going to open your fabric. You're going to iron it down. Okay, this is the next step. Next line is number 2. So you're going to fold the paper back.
Trim.
Yep, and you're going to fold the paper back and put it on your thing. I like to use an add a 1/4 to get a nice straight line. Put your add a 1/4 right there. Trim. You'll notice you got the next piece on. So the next thing you do is you're going to grab your pink. That's the next color. Right sides together, and I'm going to sew down the line. So we're going to take a break at this point until I get this whole piece done, and I'm going to come back.